Hey everyone, it's Michael Groff here to talk to you about your roof. With an active monsoon season expected this year, you need a name you can trust, and that's why you should call Blackstone Roofing Group for all of your roofing needs. Call for your free inspection today. Big or small, they do it all. Tile, shingle, or flat roofing, they can help, offering free inspections and more. Roofing made easy. Call 602-536-9363 or visit blackstoneroofinggroup.com to schedule your free inspection today. And if you tell them Michael Groff sent you, they'll take $500 off the price of your roof replacement. Again, that's 602-536-9363 or blackstoneroofinggroup.com. This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Tuesday, the 17th of June. I'm Michael Groff. We continue with dry conditions and temperatures above seasonal averages. And if you think it's hot today and hotter tomorrow, Thursday, well, that's going to be the hottest day of this forecast period. The hottest day we've had so far this year, potentially. And could we see a few record highs challenged over parts of the state? We'll talk about that. But then quite a dramatic change in the weather pattern does still look to be on the table for this weekend and early next week. Rather unusually strong trough for this time of year is going to dig in across the west, and that should cool us off. How cool will it get? What about some moisture across the state, rain chances? And of course, we're watching for the monsoon as we are officially in monsoon season. So let's dive in and talk about it. First, the almanac from yesterday, and we did it again. 114 degrees was the afternoon high. 83 was the morning low. 105 and 79 are the averages for this time of year. Just missed that record high of 115 degrees from 2021. The record high for today, by the way, also from 2021, 118 degrees. Fortunately, we'll be well shy of that. Outside now, here at right around 12 noon, we've got sunny sky, 100 degrees officially at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. Yes, it remains very dry with the dew point at 40, relative humidity 12%. The winds are light, and the barometer 29.76 inches and steady. Satellite picture out here across the west. Severe clear in Arizona once again. Put it in motion, you can see what's going on. A short wave is passing by well to the north of us across the Rockies and moving out toward the Plain States, and another round of showers and thunderstorms taking place there. But for us, a dry west to northwesterly flow. No moisture coming in here. High pressure is in control and will remain so for the rest of the week. The watch warning map, we've got an extreme heat warning in effect here for Maricopa, Pinal, Pima counties, Phoenix included in all of that. That's through 8 p.m. on Friday. Also an extreme heat warning for the Las Vegas Valley, the Mojave Desert, some of the adjacent areas of northwest Arizona and southeast California. On top of that, we have an air quality alert here in Maricopa County as well. So those of you that are, well, the elderly, children, and those that have respiratory issues probably want to take it easy for the rest of the day today and into this evening, as elevated ozone levels will be an issue. Now, we have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for parts of eastern Wyoming, Colorado, extreme western Nebraska, and some flood watches east of there. With that short wave coming out across the Plain States, strong storms will be an issue. Also, that heat advisory for interior Alaska continues, with afternoon highs expected in the mid-80s to near 90 degrees in some spots there. So it's not just us sweating here in the Southwest. Yes, that must feel like quite a heat wave up there. All right, convective outlook for today. We've got the moderate risk of severe storms, level 4 out of 5, to include places like Enid and Hutchinson, Kansas, Wichita. The enhanced risk, level 3 out of 5 for Kansas City and some of the adjacent areas. The broader severe weather risk over a good portion of the central plain states, as well as from the southeast U.S., the deep south through the middle Atlantic. Of course, things remain quiet here in Arizona. Tropics in the East Pacific, anything but quiet. The 5th named storm of the season is on the board. That is Tropical Storm Eric. It's off the Mexican coast, and it's here for a good time, not necessarily a long time, but it will become a hurricane over the next 12 to 24 hours. Right now, top winds at 50 miles per hour, but should become a hurricane moving on to the Mexican coast with strong winds and heavy rain and some flooding concerns there. All right, closer to home, the precipitation outlook valid through Tuesday morning of next week. No flooding concerns here. The precipitation here in the valley, nothing statewide. Maybe a little bit of light precip over the far southeast corner of the state. And that's with some moisture that may surge northward with our trough this weekend. We're going to talk about what's going on with this weather pattern in more detail because things do get kind of interesting out there further on. Let's look at it as we check the models. Here we go. The GFS, this is the Global Forecasting System, the American model. This is the 12Z run, and it's valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. What you're looking at here is the upper chart. This is at 18,000 feet, 500 millibars. And what we have in control here over the southwest for the most part is high pressure. Heights are up there above average. Got a short wave moving off into the plain states, a broader trough over the northeast Pacific, and we're going to keep an eye on that because that will be a big player for us by this weekend. But what it means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today, sunny and hot again. Highs 107 to 111. For tonight, clear sky. Overnight lows, mid-70s in the cool spots, but likely in the low to possibly even middle 80s in the urban core. And then tomorrow, sunny and a couple of degrees warmer. We'll tack it on to 110 to 114. Let's keep it going. This is Thursday, and this could be the hottest day we've had so far this year. Certainly the hottest day of this forecast period, with highs 112 to 116 in Phoenix. Of course, the hottest deserts of southeast California and southwest Arizona likely to be hotter than that, with high pressure sitting right overhead. Now, as we go to Friday, signs of a weather pattern change are lurking out there on the horizon. A trough is developing along the Pacific Northwest coast. Our ridge is beginning to move a little bit further to the east, but it'll still be a hot day here on Friday. Once again, high temperatures probably still in that 109 to 114 range here in the lower deserts. But by Saturday, temps will be down several degrees as this trough kind of starts to dig in. And the heights will start to come down here. Our ridge weakens. And highs anywhere from about 105 to 109 in Phoenix. Yes, that's still above average, but at least it's not 116. A further and more dramatic cool down takes place as we go to Sunday. Highs maybe only in the upper 90s to about 103. This trough means some business. This is an unusually strong system. Now, for the most part, this system will stay just to the north and west of us. The lowest heights from this will not be realized here across Arizona. The coolest air will stay to the north and west of us. Nevertheless, cooling down quite a bit. Now, a southerly to southeast or southerly to southwesterly flow on the eastern flank of that trough should start to pull some moisture northward across New Mexico, but maybe into far southeast Arizona as well. So there could be at least some isolated showers and thunderstorms down there, but unfortunately in our part of the state, we're going to stay dry. Southwest flow is just not generally conducive for bringing moisture into the valley this time of year. Unless, of course, we had a tropical system down there, which unfortunately, our current tropical cyclone, Eric, well, that's going to be moving on to the southern coast of Mexico, and most of that moisture should stay well to the south or east of us. But let's keep it going. This is Monday again, upper 90s to about 103. That trough is still lingering around, and it sure looks like the GFS is going to keep that around for a few days. This is Tuesday, a week from today, the 24th of June. Trough is still to the west, so heights will remain at or below average, and so temperatures will remain maybe a couple of degrees below seasonal averages here. Those overnight lows should be a little bit more pleasant. It's possible the coolest desert spots get into the upper 60s late this weekend and early next week, with most of us in the rest of the valley in the 70s. So at least with that drier air, temperatures will cool off a bit at night as well. Let's keep going. This is Wednesday, the 25th, and that trough is going to start to move on out of here. But temperatures would still hold pretty close to seasonal averages, if that's correct. Out 10 days, this is Thursday the 26th, and now the trough moves out. A westerly flow remains in place. Interesting there, I see a noted inverted trough that's there across South Texas and Northeast Mexico. We'll see where that progresses. We're always interested to see how the easterlies are beginning to develop well to the south and how the moisture is building across Mexico. But no sign of the subtropical ridge, our monsoon ridge, if you want to call it that, building in across the southwest, at least not yet. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the 1st of July, and this is off the GFS ensemble. And you've got 31 members in this ensemble, and quite a few of them are trying to paint in at least some very light precipitation, although most of them are well after the 10-day period. So we'll keep an eye on it, but the ensemble mean still remains under 1/10 of an inch. European ensemble, less bullish than that, and the ensemble mean is just barely above 0 on that. And then temperatures off the national blend of models. Thursday is, well, if you don't like the heat, Thursday is probably not your day with highs 116, although really any of these days aren't your day. But look what happens. I mean, a fairly dramatic cool down by June standards coming in here by Sunday, Monday. Highs may retreat to around 103, 104. And it is possible they could even be a little bit lower than that. Model trends continue to intensify this trough that's off to the north and west of us. It'll be interesting to see how low temps get, especially just to the north and west of us, maybe up toward Las Vegas and Reno and throughout the Great Basin. I mean, this could be in Boise, Idaho, and Spokane. I mean, we could really see some well below average temperatures up that way. But even around here, at least a couple of degrees or a few degrees below average. That would be nice. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, and of course you do, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you're really enjoying what we do here, you want to support the channel, then click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube, or you can donate to our PayPal. GroffShow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's GROFF show@gmail.com for PayPal. Our Venmo is also linked up down in the description, as is everything else. All right, the executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of SweetChildAZ.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out, blogs, videos, everything Michelle related, quite possibly Adriana related. It's all linked up down in the description, so check that out. Also, our streaming station. It's available 24/7, 365, called KMGX. We play a ton of music and have a lot of fun over there. Again, all linked up in the description. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe. Stay cool. Stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves a delightful rest of your Tuesday.